everyone, welcome to IB360. In this video, we are going to cover one of the most fundamental portion of mechanics, that is momentum. So if you understand momentum, there will be no further problems in going ahead in mechanics. That is my guarantee. Okay, so momentum is nothing but the product of mass into velocity. We represent momentum as P. So what is momentum? Product of mass and velocity. That means mv. Okay. Now, what is the unit of momentum? Okay. So the unit of mass is what? How much? Kg. Right. And the unit of velocity. So what is velocity? Displacement by time. What is the unit of displacement? Meter. And what is the unit of time? Second. Okay. So that means meter by second. So I can tell you is that the unit of velocity is meter second inverse. Okay. So that means momentum is mass into velocity. Right. So that means this is kg multiplied by meter second inverse. So in total we write that the unit of momentum is kg meter second inverse. So the unit of momentum is kg meter second inverse. So now comes the dimension of momentum. Okay, so what is the dimension of mass? So the dimension of mass is written as mass m. Okay, what is the dimension of velocity? Velocity is what? Displacement by time. What is the dimension of displacement? L. What is the dimension of time? T. So that means this, what is the dimension of velocity? Lt minus 1. So what is the dimension of momentum? Multiply the dimension of mass with the dimension of velocity. So that means this will give us the dimension of momentum, that is mlt minus 1. So the dimension of momentum is mlt minus 1. We know that momentum is a vector quantity. How do we know that? We know that momentum is the product of mass into velocity. So mass into velocity gives us our momentum, which is represented by P. By the properties of vector multiplication, we know that scalar when multiplied with a vector, we get a vector quantity. Okay, so that means, see, over here we know that mass is a scalar quantity, right? And velocity is a vector quantity, right? So mass being a scalar quantity and velocity being a vector quantity, when multiplied will get momentum, which is a very good vector quantity. Okay, so momentum is a vector quantity. So the momentum vector, that is the P vector, can be represented as mass times velocity vector. Okay, so as momentum is a vector quantity, it also has direction. Okay, and where will be the direction? So the momentum will be directed along the velocity vector. Very important. So the direction of the momentum vector will be along the velocity vector. So let me elaborate. So suppose I have a rocket over here. The rocket is moving in this direction with a velocity v1. Okay, so this is the velocity vector, right? So direction of the velocity in this is the direction, right? So that means the momentum would be directed along the velocity vector. So the momentum of the rocket will be in the same direction, right? So the momentum of the rocket will be in the same direction, and the magnitude of the momentum would be equal to m times of v1, and the direction of the momentum would be in the same direction of the velocity. So the momentum of the rocket will be in this way. Okay, so now again see, the fuel is coming in this direction, right? The fuel is getting out in this direction. So what is the velocity of the fuel that is getting out? Suppose the velocity of the fuel is v2 and the direction of the fuel is in this direction. That means the momentum of the fuel would be also in this direction. Okay, so that means this will be the momentum of the fuel, and this will be equal to the mass of the fuel into the velocity of the fuel that is coming out. Okay, so that means the momentum will be directed, always directed along the velocity vector. I hope you got that. Okay, so let's just go and solve an example. Suppose I have a car of mass 100 kg, Okay, so the mass of the car is how much? The mass of the car is how much? 100 kg. Okay, and it's moving with a speed of 30 meter per second. So it's moving in this direction with a speed of how much? 30 meter per second. So we have to find the momentum of the car. Very easy. So momentum is nothing but mass into velocity, right? So that means momentum can be written as, what is the mass of the car? The mass of the car is 100 kg, right? 100 kg multiplied, what is the speed of the car? Speed of the car is 30 meter per second. So that means I can write momentum as, the momentum of the car will be how much? 3000 kg meter per second. But still the question isn't over. Since momentum is a vector quantity, we need to specify the direction in which the momentum of the car acts. So in order to do that, let me just take this as the north. Okay, this direction as the north, this direction as the east, and this direction as the west. Okay, so in which direction is the car going? Yeah, very good. The car is actually going in the west direction. So that means we also know that the momentum of the car will be in the direction of the velocity of the car, right? So that means the momentum of the car would be towards the west. So that means we can write that momentum of the car would be how much? 3000 kg meter per second towards the west. So just proceeding to the properties of momentum, very important. So in order to understand the properties of the momentum, suppose I have a bus. Suppose I have a bus. Suppose this is the bus. Apologize my drawing. So suppose the bus is having a weight, having a mass of 200 kg, and it's moving in this direction with a speed of suppose 5 meter per second. And there is a person, okay, who is also running in this direction with 5 meter per second. Suppose the mass of the person is suppose 50 kg. Okay, and suppose there is you standing. Okay, so my question to you is that, can you stop the bus? No, you can't obviously stop the bus, right? So, but can you stop the other person that is running towards you with a speed of 5 meter per second? Yeah, if you try, you can stop the other person, but you cannot stop the bus. Okay, if you just try to even stop the bus, you'll be crushed by the bus, even though they are moving with the same velocity, right? So why is this anomaly coming? Why you can't stop the bus but you can stop the other person who is running towards you? This is because of momentum. See, the momentum of the bus P1 is how much? 200 times 5, that means 1000 kg meter per second, right? And the momentum of the person that is running towards you is how much? 50 into 5, that means 250 kg meter per second. So if you try, you can easily solve the person that is running towards you, right? But you can't stop the bus, right? So that means the more momentum of an object, the more harder it's to stop. Okay, so since the bus has more momentum than the person that is running towards you, so the person is easier to stop and the bus is more difficult to stop. So this brings us to our point that more momentum is more hard to stop. Okay, I hope you got this. Okay, so now let's just proceed to the next point. The rate of change of momentum is the force acting on the body. So what is the force? Force is equal to the rate of change of momentum. That means the change in momentum, that means the change in momentum with respect to time. Okay, so what can be termed as the change in momentum? So the change in momentum can be called as, final momentum. So change in momentum can be called as final momentum minus initial momentum, right? We are taking the change, that means final minus initial with respect to time, right? Okay, so I can write this as, so I suppose represent final momentum as, so I suppose represent final momentum as PF. Okay, representing final momentum as PF minus what is the initial momentum, right? PI, representing this as PI, right? So that means force can be written as what? Final momentum, that is PF, minus initial momentum, that is PI, with respect to time. Very good. So what is the final momentum? Mass times final velocity, right? So minus what is the initial momentum? Mass times initial velocity with respect to time. So it's very important you know this equation. There are numericals based upon this equation and we can easily solve this, okay, just applying this equation. Okay, so I hope you got the point. So let's just go and do an example. Suppose a boy of mass 50 kg. Okay, so there is a boy of mass how much? 50 kg. Okay, it's running at 6 meter per second. Suppose it's running in this direction at 6 meter per second. And there is another boy of mass 65 kg. Okay, suppose there is another boy and he is running in the opposite direction with a speed of 4 meter per second. So this is 4 meter per second. So when the two bodies collide, where they will fall. Okay, so in order to solve the question, first of all let us calculate the momentum of the individual boys. Okay, so what is the momentum of the first boy? That means mass into velocity of the first boy, right? So what is the mass of the first boy? The mass of the first boy is 50 kg multiplied by the velocity of the first boy is 6. So that means the momentum of the first boy is 300 kg meter per second. Okay, now where is the momentum directed, right? Where is the direction of momentum? So let's just take this as north. This will be how much? East, and this will be west, right? So that means the momentum of the first boy is along the, very good, is along the west, is along the east, right? So now let's just calculate the momentum of the second boy. So what will be the momentum of the second boy? Mass into velocity of the second boy, right? So what is the mass of the second boy? The mass of the second boy is 65. What is the velocity of the second boy? 4. So that means what is the net momentum? The net momentum of the second boy would be how much? 260. Okay, kg meter per second. In which direction? The second boy is running towards the west, right? So the direction is west. Okay, so we just discussed a point that more the momentum, more difficult it is to stop, right? So that means, see over here what is happening is that this boy and this boy, right? So this boy is having a far greater momentum in this direction. Okay, so this boy is having a momentum of 300 and this boy is having a momentum of 260 in the opposite direction. Which is the more momentum? Yeah, so this boy is having more momentum than this boy, right? So that means more momentum means more difficult to stop. So that means this boy is more difficult to stop. This boy is more difficult to stop than this boy, right? So that means what will happen? You cannot stop this boy easily. Okay, so that means what will happen? When they will collide, this boy cannot stop this boy, right? And they will fall in the direction of the greater momentum. So they will fall in the direction of the greater momentum. So what is the direction of the greater momentum? East. So they will fall in the east. Okay, so let me explain it once. More the momentum, difficult it is to stop. Okay, since this boy is having more momentum than this boy cannot be easily stopped. So when they will collide, the two will fall in the direction of the more momentum, right? So they will fall in this direction, right? And this direction is east. So I hope you got the question. So let's just go to the next example. So suppose a rocket of mass 200 kg is moving with a velocity of 100 meter per second. So mass is given to be how much? 200 kg. Okay, initial velocity is given to be how much? 100 meter per second. After 2 seconds, it was seen that the rocket has a velocity of 200 meter per second. So that means after a time t equal to 2 seconds, we saw that the final velocity of the rocket is 200 meter per second. So we need to find the force acting on the rocket. So we just derived the equation of the force. What was the equation of the force? Force's equation was mass, that means final momentum minus initial momentum by time, final momentum minus initial momentum by time, right? So this was what? M times of final momentum, right? M times of final velocity minus M times of initial velocity divided by time, right? Okay, so if you just solve this, we'll get the force, right? So what is the final momentum? Okay, the final momentum is mass into final velocity. So this will be equal to how much? This is, what is the mass? 200, right? 200. What is the final velocity? 200, right? So this will be equal to 40,000. So this will be equal to 40,000 kg meter per second. Very important, we need to specify the direction also. So suppose this was moving in the direction east when this was north, right? So that means this 40,000 kg meter per second towards the east, right? And what is the initial momentum? Initial momentum is m times of vi. So that means this can be written as mass of the mass is 200. What is the initial velocity? 100, right? So that means 240, that means 20,000 kg meter per second. In which direction? Initially it was also moving in the east. So this was the east, right? So that means what will be the force? So this force will be how much? Force will be final momentum, just substitute 40,000 towards the east minus 20,000 towards the east divided by how much time? 2 seconds, right? So when you solve this, you will get divided by 2. So when you will solve this, you will get 10,000 Newton towards the east. So the direction of the force will be towards the east and the value of the force will be how much? 10,000 Newton, that is acting on the rocket. So I hope you got the question. So let's just proceed to the next example. So suppose I have a ball of mass 100 gram. Okay, so that means first of all you have to convert 100 gram to kg because the unit of momentum is in kg. Okay, so that means 100 gram is how much? 0.1 kg, dividing it by 1000. Okay, so it's moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. Okay, so suppose there is a ball. Okay, and this ball, suppose there is the ball, and this ball was moving initially with a speed of, suppose in this direction it is moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. Okay, and it and then it sticks with the wall, collides with the wall and sticks with the wall. So it was initial, so this is initial. So finally what will happen? It is colliding and sticking with the wall. Okay, so now we have to find the change in momentum. Okay, so the change in momentum, that means delta P, change in momentum, that means final momentum minus initial momentum. What is final momentum? Mass into final velocity minus mass into initial velocity, right? Now what is the final velocity? When it's got stuck over here, that means final velocity is 0. So that means this will be equal to 0 minus. What is the initial velocity? 10 meter per second, right? And the mass is how much? 0.1. So that means minus 0.1 into 10. Okay, you have to specify the direction also. Okay, suppose this is the north, so this will be how much? East, right? 0.1 into 10 towards the east. So that means the change in momentum delta p, the change in momentum delta p over in this case would be equal to how much? Minus 1 kg meter per second towards the east. So I hope you got the question. So thank you for watching, and we'll be coming with the part 2 of momentum also, and lots of other videos regarding IB. We'll be covering the IB syllabus extensively, leaving no topic behind. So I hope you understood the concepts of the video, and do subscribe and stay safe. Thank you.